Shout out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out the fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on Oscar Dela Hoya downplaying and hating on Canelo Alvarez. You understand me? We all know the situation with Oscar and Canelo. We know Canelo has left Golden Boy. It looked like he's doing business with Eddie Hearn in the zone now. You understand me? Or should I say Eddie Hearn Matchroom and the zone. You feel me? We know Canelo has another fight coming up against Abner Yildirim after he just fought Callum Smith on the zone and became the unified 168-pound world champion. So now Oscar De La Hoya, who's, promoting this Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell on the zone, was asked a question, how would business flow on Golden Boy now that Canelo Alvarez is gone? Who would be the new face of Golden Boy? And this is what Oscar De La Hoya had to say, family. Check it out.
Our list of prospects and champions obviously keeps growing, keeps changing. Not having Canelo Alvarez on our roster, is something that we can live with and move on. But Ryan has the opportunity to be the biggest star in boxing, that can surpass whatever Canelo has accomplished. So I'm definitely looking forward.
Now, if y'all can't listen to that and hear shade and feelings written all over that statement, I don't know what you need to listen to. Now, credit. Ryan Garcia is a hell of a talent. Ryan Garcia do have a hell of a fan base. But Ryan Garcia haven't done anything yet to even match Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know he said when to become and overdo everything Canelo has done, but Canelo is still fighting, sir. Last time I checked, Canelo Alvarez is still young, sir. You feel me? Last time I checked, Canelo still has motherfuckers from 160 to 168 to 175, and even at 154 and 147 to come up and challenge him to continue to grow his legacy. I repeat, to continue to grow his legacy. You feel me? Now, for you to be Ryan Garcia to be bigger than Canelo Alvarez, you really need to get to work, Oscar De La Hoya. You really need to be putting Gervonta Davis's and Teofimo Lopez's and Devin Haney's and the up-and-coming Shakur Stevenson, fighters like that, to try to make those fights happen with Ryan Garcia, to say he's going to do anything compared to Canelo Alvarez, bro. And this is no knock on Ryan Garcia. I'm a fan of Ryan Garcia, and I'm a fan of Canelo Alvarez. But sometimes when you hear things like this coming from, your former promoter mouth, it's shade. It's really shade, bro. And no one can say it's not. Nobody can sit up and say De La Hoya is not hating on Canelo Alvarez now. You feel me? Now, we all know y'all did great business together. I don't deny that. But we got to give Richard Schaefer credit as well. Richard Schaefer did a lot for Canelo Alvarez's career. Richard Schaefer did a lot. Richard Schaefer was working with Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather to make that fucking Floyd Mayweather and Canelo fight happen. Of course, De La Hoya had to sign off on it. He's the fucking he's the CEO. He's the big dog of Golden Boy promotion. But Richard Schaefer was the foot soldier. Y'all understand me? Richard Schaefer was the foot soldier. Now Oscar doing his job, but he still got foot soldiers up under him. You feel me? But Canelo Alvarez, he should be respected more by Oscar De La Hoya because he kept Golden Boy afloat. Those pay-per-view numbers from Canelo Alvarez is what kept Golden Boy afloat when he lost all the fighters to Al Heyman. You feel me? Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Now, you do have Ryan Garcia, you do have Virgil Ortiz, you do have Jaime Munguia. But Jaime Munguia, in my opinion, you put him up against a big dog at 154, I believe he's going to get knocked off. Virgil Ortiz, he really hasn't done anything at 147 yet, but the dude looked like a promising future world champion. It looked like he got the goods. It looked like he can be a world champion, but you have a guy there by the name of Jerron Boots Ennis that look like he can stop all that shit. Ryan Garcia, he's in his first big test against Luke Campbell. He has to beat Luke Campbell. He has to do it in impressive fashion to stick up with the recognition of the younger fighters with the skill set. Now, Ryan do have a good-ass fan base. I don't knock that, And Ryan could be a hot commodity in the game. And could he surpass Canelo Alvarez? I mean, it's a possibility, but to me, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You feel me? Because Canelo Alvarez shared the ring with arguably the greatest fighter of all time. I repeat, he shared the ring with arguably the greatest fighter of all time. And all he did since then was gotten better and win. You feel me? He took a L. Don't get me wrong, he took a L. And I knew Floyd was going to beat him. Won money on it. But at the end of the day, Canelo took it as a learning lesson. And the motherfucker has gotten better. And bigger. And bigger. You feel me? So when Oscar say things of that nature, it's hate to me. It's hate. Because you lost Canelo Alvarez. We knew y'all been going through a situation with all the shit that was popping off in the media. And now you say you don't know where anything went wrong. You don't understand why Canelo will leave Golden Boy. Of course you won't understand. And of course you're not going to give us the truth because you don't want to look like the bad guy. You don't want to look like the bad guy. It's three sides to every story. Your side, his side, and the truth. And for you to sit up here and make it like, oh, I really don't know why Canelo left me. I don't know why. We did great for his career. We arguably made him the biggest fighter in boxing. So, he owed me a great deal. No, motherfucker, you still owe him as well. Like I say, it's business, never personal. It's business, never personal. Make sure the business is right at all times. You feel me? Don't let personal feelings get into the way. And I think with Oscar, somewhere down the line, he lost track of the business. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I can be wrong. But Canelo's not a fool. He's not a fool, bro. And like I say, this happens all the time. When these fighters get big, like a Canelo Alvarez, they start waking up and they start looking at their contracts and they start saying that shit is not right. Something is not right, homie. The money's not adding up. You put me in shit that I shouldn't be in. Your percentage is too big for not to be doing nothing. You know what I mean? When you go check that fucking contract and you get a real lawyer and sit down and you go through that contract piece by piece and you get to figuring out like, why the fuck am I paying him for this? And why am I paying him for that? And why is this coming out my pay? This should be coming out of his pay. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You figure out a lot of things once you get a real lawyer and sit down and go through them contracts. Boxing is a funny business. It's a funny business. And promoters want to fill up their coffins as fast as they can, as quick as they can, because they feel like they owe everything because they putting the money up for the fight. But the fighter bring in the fucking tickets, the fighter bring in the fans, and the fighter is giving us the entertainment. And the fighter should come out on top every fucking time, not the promoter. Not the promoter. You feel me? That's why sometimes I don't get certain fighters that kiss these promoters' ass when you're the prize, especially when you reach a high plateau. A la Turnbull Crawford, I keep it real. You feel me? Canelo was tired of being a fool. He went out there, he saw what was going down, and he took his career in his own hands. And I don't knock him. I don't know what type of deal he got going on with Eddie Hearn, but it had to be to fit his criteria and something that he's agreeing to that he likes to where he's coming out on top. And I promise you, what he went through with Oscar De La Hoya, he's not going to fool himself anymore. And Canelo is coming out on top with the Eddie Hearn contract. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, I just think Oscar is bitter. He's pissed off that Canelo has moved on. He took his career out of his hand and put it in another's. He was tired of the bull crap. Now, Oscar say he's afraid that Ryan Garcia might follow suit with Canelo Alvarez at the same time as he try to praise Ryan Garcia. So he's going to do everything in his powers to keep Ryan Garcia, Virgil Ortiz, and Jaime Munguia happy. He's going to have to. He's going to have to because Canelo has a big influence over those fighters, especially over Ryan Garcia being right there with Canelo and the Reynosos in their camp, especially with fucking Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia is a smart little dude. He like to listen. He like his money. That's why him and Dela had their problems early on when he had to get some shit together in their contracts. And I promise you, he got word from Canelo to look into certain things so he can get his shit straight. So I won't be surprised if Ryan be leaving Oscar in the future. Oscar won't be surprised. That's why I say he's nervous. Because he know them foul-ass contracts is not flying in these days of boxing. With smart fighters, in my opinion. With smart fighters. Ryan Garcia, you got somebody that's been on Golden Boy for a while right there on Canelo Alvarez. Take his advice. Take his advice. I mean, if it's working for you with Oscar De La Hoya, I'm not telling you to leave Oscar. But if you feel like some funny shit going on, and you got Canelo Alvarez right there, arguably the biggest star in boxing right now and the biggest draw, and he's telling you, I've been with this motherfucker for X amount of years, this is not right. If you see this on your contract, that is not right. If you see this on the contract, that is not right. You better take heed to those kind of things, son. You better take heed to those kind of things early and not late. Early and not late. Because you're 20-some years of age. Just think if you catch it right now, how much money you will be saving yourself, the type of position you'll be putting yourself in. You having kids now. You damn sure want to have generational wealth for them. You don't want to be losing on you don't want to be losing out on money that you should be keeping, but the promoters got you wrapped up in some bullshit and it's getting taken from you. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya, listen. I don't knock the man. I wish him nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying? I wish him nothing but the best. But I do know when it comes to this business or this boxing, shit is janky as fuck. It's super janky. And like I say, people are human. So they're going to make mistakes. But the majority, they want the money in their pockets. They want to keep the most of the money in their pockets, especially the promoters. We see that with Bob Erm. Bob Erm has taught Oscar De La Hoya the game. Oscar De La Hoya has praised Bob for teaching him the game. So you know there's some janky business going on. You better wake up, Ryan Garcia. You better wake up, Virgil Ortiz. You better wake up, Jaime McGill. Y'all better look deep into them fucking contracts and see where y'all sit and see what's owed to y'all. Y'all better ask Canelo for some information and some advice. You understand me? But to her, Oscar De La Hoya say those things that he said about Canelo and Ryan Garcia overdoing everything that Canelo did in boxing, it was a disgrace to me. That was a disgrace because you didn't have to use Canelo for that. Well, you didn't have to use Ryan Garcia for that, you know, that question. You didn't have to use Ryan Garcia for that. You know, you could have answered that a little bit better, in my opinion, for you not to look bitter and upset with Canelo. But the truth will come out on why Canelo left you. It will come out. And if it come out and it's because of your ass, I'm going to get right back on your ass, Oscar De La Hoya, because you're trying to play a slickster right now. You don't know why he left you. You have some type of clue on why he left you. Let's keep it real. You got some type of clue on why Canelo Alvarez left Golden Boy. You know what I mean? You the CEO. So he came to you and he complained about something. You ain't going to let the cat out the bag because you don't want to look like the bad guy. But we all know, in time, everything comes to the light. Everything comes to the light. So I'm going to salute Canelo Alvarez for taking his career in his own hands and getting out of that shit so he can better his career and fill up his coffers for generational wealth for his family and not for nobody else. Congratulations, Canelo, for being a big dog, stepping up to the plate and saying, fuck you, I'm out of here. Ryan Garcia, Jaime McGill, and everybody else that's over there up on the Golden Boy, Virgil Ortiz, y'all better be cool, y'all better be smart, and y'all better look at Canelo and ask yourself, why would Canelo lead this man after everything looked like it was so perfect and everything was going so good? Ask yourself that question. Shouts out to Canelo Alvarez. I wish him nothing but the best in the future. You feel me? And the same for the other fighters over there, man. If y'all cool with Oscar, I don't knock it. Continue your career. But if you feel like something's going wrong, get you a lawyer, look into your shit, and handle your business. Ask Canelo Alvarez for advice, because he's the best man to give it. And that's that. Until then, it's your boy Monty. This the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. And y'all know what it is. Big dog status.